Welcome to the Dogon podcast. We're gonna get into some shit today. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. You know, we are just, to be honest, we're kind of sailing on adrenaline and momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, this shit is just taking off.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I've seen videos or shorts that we have go to 5,000-6,000 views like that.
I mean, that is pretty interesting on YouTube. We have a lot of attention towards certain videos that I wouldn't even think that would gain so much attention.
I know. We have some of our videos are like, I think, fire. You know, they say some good stuff. They, you know,
but
they're
those
clear.
ones don't always go off for some reason. I don't know.
Not at all.
It's pretty different towards TikTok and YouTube based on the attention we get. Mm-hmm. It's like 200 views on TikTok, and then we get like 500 on YouTube typically. Yeah,
it really is weird and it's sporadic.
Yeah, it changes a lot.
And it's not consistent with like what videos do good on one platform, do good on another one.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
Every platform likes different things, it seems. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, and we want to move more towards just like talking about stuff that's relevant and that we're thinking about and stuff that we're kind of feeling in our daily lives, and you know. But like the other day, I saw probably the funniest fucking video I've seen on the internet in a long time. It was Theo Vonn saying that he bought a statue of a black Christmas Katt Williams.
I saw that shit.
From Marshall's or something. And he's like, I bought a Christmas Katt Williams. It's a Katt Williams statue, and he's like in Christmas clothes. And the guy he's talking to was like, what? Like, what do you mean a Christmas Katt Williams? He's like, yeah, there was 2 of them for sale, and I only wanted one. And you know, so I got this. Gosh, these headphones. It's like I don't need the headphone thing to spin around 900 degrees. Just like stay where it's like flat against my head.
Annoying.
But yeah. So then he's like, no, I'll show you. And he's like, Theo, I'll show you my black Katt Williams statue right now. And he's like, you know, and he's like, how can your swimming trunks be wet if you ain't never swam before? You know, like he's like trying to talk about Katt Williams and shit, you know. And then he's like, look at this, check it out. And he shows him carrying out a black nutcracker from Marshall's. You know, it ain't Katt Williams. It's literally, and the guy's like, he couldn't remember what it was. He's like, that ain't Katt Williams.
I'll put the picture up if I can.
Yeah, maybe we can find the video or we can just like pop it in there too.
That'd be funny.
You know, at least give him the link, because that was the funniest video ever. And he's like, what? And the guy couldn't remember the name of what that was. You know, he couldn't remember Nutcracker. So he's like, that's a, and Theo's like, that's Christmas Katt Williams. That's what that is. And you know, you're kind of like, Theo, you're so stupid. That's so, you know, like that's so stupid. And then he's like, zoom in on his face, and they show this picture of Katt Williams with it real quick. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I'll show that one too.
That might be a black Katt Williams.
Yeah.
I think there's a new product, and I think I really want to get into that real quick. And I kind of want to maybe Katt Williams can, you know, if you see this, bro, maybe we'll tag him in this and try to get his attention, because like, can we do this with you? Can we make a Christmas black Katt Williams and like get it out there? Theo Vonn can sell them. You don't even have to use us to sell them. I'll just, you know, I'll just assist I'll just get the product sent to Theo, and then he can sell those things. Like a black Katt Williams, like that. And then the shirt that they showed you in, man, and it really did look like a Christmas Katt Williams. That shit was so funny to me.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Theo Vonn is he is a great example of a form of authenticity that isn't really authentic, you know, but it is to who he is. And he uses all these random things, and he's got like these people that kind of look like him in the past that he can be like, that was me, you know. Like he's got this one of when he was like a preacher kid, and he's like, I tell you that you need to have the Holy Spirit, and he's like up on stage, and it looks like Theo Vonn is doing this. I don't know if it's really him or not. Then there's one where he's like singing, like, you know, I close my eyes, you know, like I can't sing, but he's like, and it looks like Theo Vonn, but like 20 years ago with a mullet and like a 80s top comb back, you know, like that shit. I don't know if we can somehow get to the clippability of Theo Vonn.
Yeah.
Game over.
That's funny as fuck.
Game over. I mean, if Theo Vonn sold a product, I mean, that's what I mean. Black Katt Williams, dude. If you can sell the Christmas black Katt Williams, I mean, let's do it.
Yeah, you gotta sell something.
But man, that's
the perfect product, though.
I know. And that's probably just like, you know, if it was anybody else, I don't think Theo Vonn would have said that. But Katt Williams is so like down to earth and legit that I know he wouldn't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be like, that's not cool, Theo.
I know he definitely saw that picture, and he was like,
I guarantee you he laughed his ass. He either, depending on what his personality is, he was either like furious, like because it was so accurate, or he died laughing. And
he definitely loved it.
Oh yeah, I know. Either way, he knew it was dead on. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we'll try to put that in here for you so you can see it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we're just running off adrenaline, running off. I mean, in some ways, it's like the energy expression is different. Like sometimes it's like how I feel right now, where I'm just like, wow, I'm just ready to go. Like my run this morning was insane. I mean, I was like, it took me literally 4 minutes for a run that I usually do in like 10 to 12 minutes. I mean, I was hauling.
That is a pretty good reduction.
I was hauling because usually I go slow. You know, I go nice and slow. I just do it to warm up my body. I don't want to lose weight, you know, so I try to do it like within 10 minutes, and I just try to do this one little lap, warm up my body so that I can do yoga, and it's like I'm more warm and loose so I can stretch, you know. But this morning I was like, I'm getting after it. What happened is, in one of my old affirmation things, I put on the wrong affirmation. I had a really good one where it's like, what are you doing? Are you out the door yet? Are your shoes on yet? Are you just trying to get through your run this morning, or are you running? Are you pushing yourself today? Are you becoming a warrior today so you can change the world? And it was one of those, and it was so I was like,
I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, and I was like running, and then it was like, you know, will you have enough money to buy the ring for? And I was like, damn. And I like shut it out. Yeah,
fuck this thing.
Because I even had that in there. Like I was so dead set in one of my last relationships that I was like, we always had so many money issues, you know, really, because she was like an endless money hole where I like constantly, no matter how much I made or what, you know.
She was kind of like a little microwave where you can like open it up and you stick like a bunch of money in there and you close it and then you just turn on for like 5 minutes and see what happens.
It just burns it all, you know. And it was never anything crazy. It was not like, you know, she was high cost. It was just a lot of little costs, like 15 times a day, like 6 coffees a day and stuff like that. So it was just like a lot of money. When I look back through my accounts, I'm like, oh my gosh, I kept that coffee shop in business in northern Michigan, like 40. Sometimes like one day there was
they are loving business.
One day there was like $100 in coffee.
Yeah,
one place.
The same woman came back 6 times. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and she'd always.
We love this person.
She would get 2 because they weren't big enough. She'd say so. She'd get at this one, and they weren't. Like, how stupid! You guys can go to a bigger cup, but they just wouldn't. But man, they did have great coffee. Great coffee. I mean, phenomenal stuff, but not worth that much. Like I drink my black coffee at home, money. And that's because it's Dogon coffee, baby. And once we get ours out to you, I can't wait. But yeah, so it's like it doesn't really matter, you know, what I did or what I focused on during those times. You know, I just wasn't in the zone. I was living for other people. I was living for different reasons, you know, because again, I thought I was going to die, a whole bunch of shit. You know, I'd kind of put myself into a hole and was digging my way out. But now there's like this excitement of this unknown, endless possibility.
Right. I mean, there's so many different things we can do with the company, with the brand. And
absolutely. Like, we are not a health and wellness supplement company.
Yeah.
You know, we are a wellness lifestyle company. And that comes down to everything. You know, Tristan and I were talking about, you know, different stuff when it comes to sparring gear and punching bags and like those programmable punching bags that teach you, like, you know, how to do certain combinations with lights, like dum, 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 and they match how hard you hit and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about the culture of the company, and it's like, man, well, maybe we should have like a workout room and a sparring room.
Absolutely.
At Dogon, you know, like,
sick.
Like, I think, you know,
you can just go on your break and just start punching a bag or something, you know?
And then you got buddies that you're working with. You guys can put on some gear and you guys can spar.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
You know, say there's a disagreement in a meeting. Well, let's go settle this on the mat. You know, I mean, I think that'd be kind of fun. And of course, there'd be insurance in place for that. There would have to be, you know, some type of on-site, you know, medical or assistance or some type of training or safety. But one of my dreams is to have my own private martial arts instructor.
Yeah.
Like, not go take a class somewhere, but have like, because I want to have an old Japanese style dojo in the back of my property. I want to have like the traditional Japanese roof, you know, and then I want to have like posts, and I want it all screened in with magnet screens so I can pull the screens back if I want. And then all around on the posts, all the different weaponry that I train with, plus different bags, different, you know, because I was really involved with Master Young Sup Kill. I mean, he even had me doing demo videos, you know, so I'm on VHS tapes out there, you know, like I should try to find, those are my Theo Vonn clips.
Yeah, you should.
I got to find those. They're like yellow cases for these VHS, but I did nunchucks, and I would do nunchuck demos. So we do two-handed, we do like all the different moves, then we do like one-handed rapid, then we do like pretend fighting, then we do it with the bow staff. And it's like a lot of my friends and people in my life don't know that about me, because it's like one of those Napoleon Dynamite things, like I'm good with a bow staff. You know, like you just don't talk about that. Like, and you know, like I can do nunchucks. You know, like I've told a few people, but that's just not something that I advertise. But it's kind of funny. Since my house burned down, I haven't bought a new bow staff or nunchucks.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I'm 37 years old. Like, what am I gonna
what am I gonna do with that?
You know, but I do miss it. there's mornings when I'm like, man, I could be working out in the field out here, and just because those forums, I mean, they really do. And I was telling Tristan, I'm going to start putting my weight vest on as a belt.
Oh yeah,
and start doing my
water.
Yeah, my forms in the water. You know, we got a pool where it's like can be like the water can be like up to my neck, and so I could do all of my. It's called a poomsae or a form, and basically practice all my movements and blocking and everything in water.
Right.
And that resistance and that flow really helps you dial in your muscles. You know, so I mean, how have you been feeling? I know the last few days, Tristan had some family emergencies going on, still does, but he's kind of powering through, and one thing we do is we call each other out with any type of accountability, and it was kind of like, hey man, I'm not really calling you out, you got shit going on, but what's up, is everything good? And I mean, he didn't answer the email, but he answered it with action,
right?
And that's just, and I didn't expect that. I expected him to come back. I just wanted like a formal response, so I could be like, because in our contract it's like if you have an emergency or if you have something going on, or pre-approved absence or something, like we have that, so like we can hold each other accountable, like, no, this is this and this is that. So I was just like trying to get that recorded, so it's not like, oh, I wasn't doing my part, he wasn't doing his part this day. It was just like, this is what's going on, there's no question. But instead, the guy just can outperform me for the last 3 days. So now I'm like playing catch up here, trying to finish up my 12-month plan, trying to finish up my content review. Like, it's just,
I mean, I'm trying.
No, dude, trying doesn't exist. You're doing.
I'm doing.
You're doing. One thing I wanted to ask, do you think I should change the rhodiola tile, like have the info tiles on the website? Should I change that one to yellow instead of green?
Yeah.
Because green coffee, we have like yellow, then green, then red.
Yeah, that is a good idea. It'll look much better.
Right, but I don't know if that FFF00 yellow is the right one, because when I changed it, it was like highlighter bright. So I think it's the right one for the rhodiola flower, but I think for like the check marks and stuff, I'll have to
it'll have to be something different.
Like soften it a little bit or something. Not sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I'll send it over to you and see what you think. But
alrighty.
But yeah, and looking over your blog post, I definitely want to get that up. But I want to like clarify with people like the name Dogon Packs. The reason we chose that is because I wanted to have a company when I was younger that was like the best doggone company there is.
Right.
But I didn't like the spelling of Doggone. Or Dogg. Yeah. Dogon. And it's just I didn't like it, and I didn't want to do Dagon, Dagon. And just because that was like dog people who like connected to like Baal in the Old Testament, where like the Israelites would like sacrifice their children to this dog-headed god named, and that was through the house of Dagon, and all these different,
that's wild.
Yeah, and then there was the Dogon tribe, and it was like, but that's the Dogon, not Dogon, it's Dogon. Right. It was like, man, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but I'm spelling it Dogon, and it's Dogon. And one of the things that I liked about it too is like, if you put it backwards, it's no God. So if you got things going in the right direction in your life, obviously God's going to be present. That's the way I feel. But and you can call it whatever you want, energy, universe, anything. I don't care. And if you're an atheist, cool. I still support you 100%. No worries, right. At all. But that was important to me. That was just something I liked. So it kind of became like this thing when I was younger. Like, I'm gonna have a company I can name Dogon, and that's gonna be it. And I loved the ancient alien aspect of the Nomo people and the Dagon people, the Dogon people. I liked all of that time in history, because it was, I think we were so much more technologically advanced than people realize, and that's really what our company points to, is we are focused on the cosmos and the ancient alien mystery in our history. Yes. That is about, that connection of massive intelligence that somehow we lost for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Right.
Because remember, they knew stuff about the Sirius star constellation, and trust me, I just would have went with the name Sirius if we could have, but there's already a company out there, and if you can tell, Sirius, they even have a dog for their mascot. So they're basing, like, Sirius Satellite Radio is like basing theirs off of Sirius, and and that star constellation, and because there's a lot of history there's a lot of culture from many different tribes and many different organizations, and going out through history for a long time.
Right.
So that just kind of gives some explanation. Maybe we'll put that in the beginning of that blog, just to kind of identify. But we wanted to take some time to really prop out and say some positive stuff about the Dogon tribe, just because they are an amazing amazing,
I just think
amazing
it's
group.
interesting to learn about. It's a cool time in the history. Just to learn.
Yeah, and we just, we don't want people to think that like we're trying to be like the new, Dogon. We're Dogon. We're completely different, but a lot of people have asked, so we just wanted to at least highlight some of the coolest parts about that culture.
It's cool. It's just cool to learn about.
Yeah, we should definitely call some attention. I'm going to do another one on the Dagon people as well, in the House of Dagon, and that's Dagon, and kind of just go down those roads to see you guys, or to show you guys really what I was thinking about when I was younger, and I was so into ancient aliens and like coming down and changing civilization and changing human DNA and all this stuff. So it was like I was fascinated by that stuff, and hopefully you can get lost in some of those stories with whether it's the House of Dagon or the Dogon tribe or so whether it's like any one of those earlier tribes or peoples. It's like that's not really what we're about, but man, that stuff's interesting, and I want you guys to know more about it.
It's really interesting. We have a whole blog page on the website for you guys to check out. We have all the different ingredients I think we have blogs about, and I don't know, we have the tribe and just a bunch of different interesting topics that you might want to see.
Yeah, we even prop out one of my favorite things to eat, which is overnight oats. And my current doctor right now, phenomenal guy. Last name Carlson. I think he's all full though, sorry guys. But he's a great doctor. I actually was thinking the other day when I was watching our episode with all the different ingredients, we should have him on here. Or go to his office and talk to him about some of these studies, these double-blind studies, the different aspects of, chlorogenic acid.
That'd be really cool, actually.
Because his information would be
from a real doctor,
from way above us. So if you're watching this, Mr. Carlson or Dr. Carlson, we would love to have you on the podcast. I think I'm going to send you a message today about that and see if we can get you on here. But either way, again, we're just running on excitement.
Yeah,
I am
really cool.
Sorry, I kind of steamrolled this episode, man. I'm just rolling today.
I mean, I'm feeling pretty energized. I'm feeling a lot better than I was before, but I don't know.
You're getting in the zone, getting ready to edit these, huh?
Yep.
Here we go. Got time to get him into the editing room.
See you later.